So Draymond Green declines his player option for 27 mil, but plans to return to the Warriors because the Warriors have a bigger plan involved? Let's talk about it. According to Poopy Pants Shams, him declining this 27 mil option is all a part of a master plan to bring in Anthony Davis and LeBron James to the Warriors. Yes, the duo that we saw in LA win a championship in 2020 and go on multiple playoff runs after that. They want to rekindle them together, but next to Steph Curry and Draymond in San Francisco. But in order for all of this to happen, they would need more cap space, and that's why Draymond Green declines that 27 mil option, because they're focusing on getting LeBron and signing him and bringing AD, and they needed more cap space, so they're probably going to rework Draymond's deal to be a smaller multi-year deal. And yes, Anthony Davis got traded to the Wizards at the deadline. Everyone was shocked, what a random trade, but now he's on the trade block again, and the Wizards are looking to maybe deal him to the Warriors if he doesn't sign a max extension. And when I was first looking at this, it made no sense for the Wizards to just trade AD without this team. You have Trae Young, you have AJ DeBonsta, you have AD, but I guess if he's not going to sign an extension, you might as well get some value out of him while you still can, and the Warriors are pursuing him heavily to try to get him and LeBron, so I guess you might as well trade him. And also, Poopy Pants Sham said that LeBron James will only sign with the Warriors if they trade for AD, so it's basically a package deal, kind of like Kawhi and Paul George back in 2019, so you have so much leverage here if you are the Wizards. And looking at the Warriors payroll here, this trade almost certainly has to include Jimmy Butler, making $56 million next year. You're not going to be able to keep him. You're going to need him for salary trade in the Anthony Davis deal, but that's obviously not enough. The Wizards are probably just going to flip Jimmy Butler, but they would need more. And they would probably need a lot of the Warriors' own picks because this team would be the straight unction with Steph Curry, Draymond, LeBron, and AD. And so after a couple of years, this team obviously will not be together, and those picks will probably be pretty valuable. And I would expect the Wizards to try to get 2 or 3 of these picks. And people are already making these last ride graphics about Curry, LeBron, AD, and Draymond on the same team, and they're so old. I mean, who knows how many injuries this team would have. Everyone is so old. Anthony Day-to-Day Davis, LeBron's 42, Steph Curry's old and getting injured at this point, Draymond's old. And let's just look at the rest of this team. They would probably still have Porzingis. Moses Moody is obviously out for the entire season. Al Horford's 40 years old. They would have Podziemski, DeAnthony Melton. They would have to re-sign Gary Payton, Guy Santos. I mean, do you guys think this team could compete for a championship with that top 4 and the rest of the depth? And the more I think about it, the more unrealistic this sounds, but there's more reports saying that LeBron James' #1 priority next season is happiness and not money. So taking that mid-level exception in Golden State seems like something he might do to try to win a championship. And the Warriors just drafted Yaxel with the 11th overall pick, kind of bringing him in, trying to be a win-now rookie. This could be another depth piece for the team right now. Now let's talk about the fit of this team a little bit, just kind of fantasize what would happen if these two players played together again like they did in the 2024 Olympics, where they both were the best players on that team and dominated, winning the gold medal. I think it would be an amazing sight to see and must-see basketball every single night. Obviously, LeBron and Curry would be a new duo that we haven't really seen before, but guys, there is so many depths to this new team with these 4 players, LeBron, Curry, AD, and Draymond, but LeBron and Curry would be the main offensive pieces for this team, with LeBron obviously not slowing down, being 42 years old, 41 years old, still averaging 20 and 8 assists, and Curry can play until he's 50, just shooting threes, playing more off ball with LeBron on the team. And Draymond and AD, this defensive duo would be so fun to watch. Obviously, Draymond a little bit older, AD's like 33 at this point, and the injury risk, but both of these players wouldn't have to do that much with LeBron and Steph Curry on the court, and AD's offensive load would go down a lot. He would be able to be like the 3rd offensive option on the team, but them together as a defensive duo would be amazing to watch. The paint defense would be great. And like I said, guys, there are depths to this team. LeBron and AD already won a championship together. This duo has played together, and now you're adding them again on a new team with Steph Curry and Draymond by their side. This duo will be amplified even more. And obviously, they're still the championship duo of Steph Curry and Draymond. So you have AD and LeBron, Steph Curry and Draymond on the same team. Then you have the Curry and LeBron chemistry, the Draymond and AD defensive chemistry. There's just so many mixes and matches on this team that make it so good. And the Warriors still have Al Horford and Porzingis, 2 centers on the roster, power forward centers that AD could play next to. We know he hates playing center, so he could play power forward next to these guys. He could also play power forward next to Draymond, but this is just more bigs on the roster, which we know AD loves to play with. And this is kind of what I feel like the rotation would look like: Steph Curry, LeBron, Draymond, AD, and Porzingis as the starters, and then off the bench you have like Pod, Santos, Horford, Yaxel, DeAnthony Melton, and Will Richard. Obviously, the bench isn't the best thing of all time, but that starting lineup is absolutely ridiculous, and in my opinion, definitely championship caliber. And a lot of people are probably worried worried about how this team will coexist on the court together. Too many ball handlers, too many people need the ball like LeBron and Curry, but LeBron has showed that he can step back and be that third option on that NBA team if need be, and they could still compete and he could still be effective on the court. And if you guys remember the Lakers run in that end of the season before the injury to Luka and Reeves, the Lakers were cooking. They were on a crazy win streak. Luka was dropping 60, Reeves was playing great, and LeBron was literally being that third option, averaging about 20 points, 8-9 assists. He was shooting like 100% from the field in a bunch of games. He could definitely do that with Curry and AD on the team. However, the one thing that we talked about earlier that I think would really hold this team back is just injuries. AD is super injury prone. Curry in his late career has also been injury prone. LeBron not so much, but he did miss the start of the last season with an injury, and Draymond too has suffered with some injuries. I just feel like the injury bug, if it hits this team at any moment, it could be really bad. And it's not just the top four of Steph Curry, LeBron, AD, and Draymond. It's also guys like Porzingis, Al Horford. Those guys are also injury prone, those bigs that are older, and you could really run into some serious depth problems if those players get injured as well. And the last thing I really want to talk about as a weakness of this team is the perimeter defense. Yes, you have Draymond, and that's really it for perimeter D. I mean, DeAnthony Melton is a decent perimeter defender, but Steph Curry, LeBron's old now. AD, not the best perimeter defender. You're going to get cooked by guards on the perimeter with this team. I do think the interior defense is really good, but that perimeter defense, they're going to have to sign or bring in somebody else to help aid that. The Warriors could do the funniest thing ever. Sign Ben Simmons to a minimum, bring him in for strictly defense like the Clippers tried to do. Don't let him touch the ball. Don't let him shoot the ball. Don't let him drive the ball. Don't let him pass the ball. Don't let him dribble the ball. Just be a perimeter defender. But I honestly think that this team could win a championship if they hit a crazy lucky health streak. I think if AD, LeBron, Curry, Draymond, Porzingis, and Horford can stay healthy for a long period of time, they actually have a chance at a ring. When you have LeBron and Steph Curry on a team, I don't care how old they are, they have a chance of winning the championship. Like, subscribe, hype the video. Please like the video. Please subscribe. Please hype the video. Please comment. Love you all. Peace.